We put 35, I think, or 25 listings on in 3 months. And I remember our whole office was like, what's going on?
Nope.
We had
Nope. Okay, how? Hey everybody, Jason Abrams coming to you again, and I'm here today with a friend of mine, Ryan Hvizda. Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Jason. Thanks for having me today.
When did you get into real estate? What year?
It was 2012. At the time, it was expired listings galore. Like every single day, there were hundreds and hundreds of them. So I think that was a low-hanging fruit of the time, and nobody was going after it. So we just went after it.
How did you approach expired sellers? What's the conversation? What's the thing that you were doing that got 30 plus of them to decide to trust you after they were coming out of a bad relationship or at least a bad outcome with their last realtor?
I think it was Mike and I showing up together authentically, being like, we want to help you. Like, paint to us the ideal scenario of you, where you're moving in life, and getting them to tell us that story and then showing them how we were going to get them there.
Okay, so if I'm a note taker, I think, and we're talking expireds now, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to have a model moment. It sounds like step one is make the calls in a TCPA friendly, compliant way. I say that, by the way, because you always want to run your business the right way, but simply showing up and making the call sounds like if you don't do that, there's no hope, right, Brian?
Correct. And that's like right now with our team, it's calling your sphere. It's calling past clients. It's getting involved in things you love to do and showing up consistently over time. More conversations, more opportunities. So if you only have one conversation today, like that's not really going to lead you anywhere. You should really consistently be doing 20 plus a day.
So it sounds like step two was the conversations are all geared to the same thing, which is get to the big why of the person you're talking to. Have them, quote unquote, I think you said script the perfect scenario. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So if I was sitting across from you today, I go, Jason, tell me about this move. Like, what's important to you? What matters to you? Like, if you could make it the perfect situation, what would that look like? Tell me more. How so? You know, really getting to that motivation. And as soon as you can get to somebody's motivation, then you know you can help them.
Okay, so now I've gotten to the big why, and I think you said it best. What does the perfect situation here look like for you? Okay, then what? What's step three?
Let's price it appropriately and market it appropriately and get it sold.
Okay, so you're off and running. You have this coach, you're killing it, you're crushing expireds. The market starts to change, and now there aren't any expireds because everything is selling. How have you managed to maintain the business and grow when the core of the lead generation model went away?
So I started doing education classes. So like with the farm, we called it the farmland access transfer session, and we collaborated with allied partners throughout the state. So like Farm Credit East, New Hampshire Association of Organic Farmers and Growers, whatever land trust that whatever region of the state we were working in. And we were doing these free seminars all across the state. I think we've done 17 of them since I've been in real estate.
I love this. We're into the next model moment. We are now talking.
Yes.
So it sounds like step one is deciding what you're going to specialize in. So we're looking now for a niche, and it sounds like there's two rules for the niche. Number one, that you're not the only person in the world that likes that thing, because
correct,
that would be so lonely. But
correct.
Number two, it has to speak to your soul. It sounds like you found something that you were passionate about, and that were the people that you wanted to go help. Do I have that right? Okay, so we got step one, other people have to do it. Step two, speaks to your soul. Step three, you found all of the folks that were already adjacent to those people. You found the land trust. You found, what was the other one you mentioned?
The farm lender, the Organic Farming Association, anybody associated with like farm and land transfers in New Hampshire. We asked, would you want to be part of a panel where we educate buyers and sellers on who they need to know in order to transfer property?
That is so smart.
And that made us like a farm specialist.
Yeah, you found
in the beginning. Yeah,
you found the experts and then put them on these panels. And then you rolled out the class. So who was going to the class?
So in the beginning, because my world was so small in my belief system, I was like, we're going to help people make better decisions than us because we made a poor purchase decision. But then when we started going and doing these, it was the sellers that were showing up, the people that had been multi-generational farm owners or people that wanted to find the next steward. And so we were immediately getting these really great listings. And then the allied partners saw us as the thought leaders in this field, and we started getting referrals from them. And so then I was like, what do I love and what can I teach? So then it was like home stewardship. So how can we make our homes more sustainable? Solar, geothermal, what are the rebate programs in our state? Let's have a panel and teach a class and invite homeowners to it. So it just started to kind of do that. And then it became like, I realized as a first time home buyer, we were not educated. Then let's do first time home buyers. Now we're coaching agents on our team to now do what is it that you're passionate about in real estate? Let's get you teaching a class with other people that specialize in this thing that you're interested in.
So how do you get visibility around the class?
Well, first off is realizing it's not just about the class, it's the marketing before the class and the marketing after the class. And it's the relationships of the other allied partners that you're building in the process. So if you think you're going into it just to have a room full of people, it's too limiting of a viewpoint of it. You really need to have the relationships of everybody involved. And then that marketing before the class, like putting it out on Facebook, on socials, like what you're doing, because maybe somebody's not coming to the class, but all of a sudden they're seeing that you're the person teaching this topic. And then the connection will come down the line.
Okay, cool. So I decide what I'm going to teach and I decide my niche. Then I go out and I find the vendors that I'm going to allow to participate, which takes some of the pressure off of me as the proctor, but also allows me to have a force multiplier of the people in their data bank because they're going to agree to market it to their folks also. Then I'm going to put some social media posts out there leading up to the event. All of this is going to be hosted by Eventbrite so that I can keep a roster of who's coming and capture their contact information.
Correct.
Then I'm going to go give the greatest 30, 45 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it is in their life. Now talk to me a little bit about the content. As you're getting your thoughts together about what you're teaching, how do you frame that? Are you saying, well, what are the top 5 questions they might have? Are you helping them understand the process? What's the one thing the consumer has to leave thinking or knowing?
I guess you just need to think about what is it of value that you're offering and what question would that person come there wanting to answer, and then make sure you're answering that. And quickly realize you don't want 10 people on the panel, maybe 3, 4, and everybody give them a 10 minutes and they'll just educate, and the people will leave there with value for sure.
So I don't have to have all the answers. Like I don't have to be the smartest person in the world. Are you absolving me from having to be a genius right now? I'm feeling better about myself.
There's no way you can know everything.
Yes. Same page. All right. So then I have it. Then I send out the recording to everybody. Then I post the recording on my website. So that way I'm building a library.
Correct.
Are there any other touches that you're making to these folks? Now that I'm assuming now these people are in your data bank and you're probably staying in contact with them in some way.
In the past, like everybody gets a market report. They're on, if we've met them and we know them on a personal level, we're doing birthday cards. We send out moon calendars. They're getting invited to all of our future events. We're doing all the things you're supposed to be doing with the touches. Now our business is expanded. So it's not just farms anymore. We have multiple agents on our team doing first time home buyers. We have an agent that wants to specialize in senior living. So she's going to start rolling out aging in place or your last move. It's now just become compounded effect of like, what's your passion and how can you educate on it?
I love it. You inspire me. Ryan, thank you so much for everything you're doing for the industry and for Keller Williams and for Mother Earth. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, another Keller Williams story. Thanks. Grab the mouse and just click here. I know you want more of these.